Good evening. Good morning. We're morning time now. Good morning. Welcome to Choices Podcast at choicespodcastofficial.com. We're excited to start your day with us. We're going to have a great show. The title of the show is called Discovery Lives. If you would, please go to our website at Choices Podcast Official and subscribe to our podcast. We're all about making better choices in your business, personal, relationship part of your life. We do this because we want to make a difference in people's life. And I got Carcass John with me today, and the Rev is back.
Yes.
Denny Brewer back in the saddle. How you guys doing?
Great to be here.
Doing great.
Carcass, go ahead and tell them about a song and some lyrics, and then I'm going to introduce our guest.
Okay, Brett. Saddle up. Here we go. How about a song by the Beatles? And I'll bet you're not familiar with it.
Oh,
this is off of Sgt. Pepper's. It's called Within You, Without You. You ever heard of it?
No. That's the same song that the best song ever written is on. The Day in the Life.
Okay. Well, you're the Beatles guy. I'm just the hangers-on. You're the teacher when it comes to the Beatles. Now, if you want to talk about Led Zeppelin, we can do that. But here we go. A song by the Beatles from 1967, Within You, Without You. Because our topic is about discovery. We are talking about the space between us all and the people who hide themselves behind a wall of illusion. Never glimpse the truth. Then it's far too late. Then they pass away, and then they're talking about the love we all could share when we find it, to try our best to hold it there with our love. With our love, we could save the world if they only knew. Try to realize it is all within yourself. No one else can make you change. And when you're really only very small, and the life flows on within you and without you. And then it goes on to repeat that same chorus. And then it says, when you've seen beyond yourself, then you may find peace of mind is waiting there. And the time will come when you see we're all one, and life flows on within you and without you.
That's heavy, man.
I tell you, the Beatles knew what they were doing, didn't they?
They did.
But I might have to listen to that like 3 more times to get it.
Dude, it was over my head. But I like the part about when you discover, what was the end of it? When you discover you?
Yeah. When you've seen beyond yourself, then you may find peace of mind is waiting there.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be the perfect intro. Listen.
Yeah.
I got a really cool guest. He's a dear friend of mine. His name is David Dachner. We call him Dash. Okay. He was a really great man. He's a facilitator. We worked together in discovery programs, the seminar I worked at for 15 years. And he has got this man put his mind to making a difference in an island and teaching kids. I can't wait for you to hear his story. I was like, dude, one night at dinner, he used to, you know what? I read this book and I'm going to take this mission to another level. And I'm going to go to this island and I'm going to make a big old difference. I'm going to give back. Wait till y'all hear what he did. This is cool. So with that introduction, I take no further ado and introduce you to David Dachner.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Dash.
Hey, Dash.
Greetings from Austin.
Greetings from Austin. I know you love it there. Austin, you fit in Austin so well. You're all that creative and everything. So you doing okay?
It's all good. Yep, working here hard.
So we had lunch yesterday in my office, the salad gig. And we broke bread with Brenda and me. And Dash, I want you to tell them, first, you got to tell them your mission and what you did and the impact you and your wife and your foundation has had on the island and everything. And tell them what you did.
Sure. Well, after going through Discovery, actually through Pathways, and then Brett and Fred Louder had brought out and created the Discovery program. And I started volunteering helping there, and then we created the mission program, which is the third segment of the program, which is once you get yourself in a good place, then what are you going to do with yourself and stuff. And so my Gandhi once said that the best way to find yourself is for you to lose yourself in the service of others. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. And so with that mission, I came out with was to get off the bench, get people off the bench and into the game of life. Well, that was later modified, as your mission can modify, but you need to have a purpose and mission in life to really focus a target where you want to go. And I really bit into that. And so my mission was to be a beacon of possibility into the darkness of the developing world. So what I was trying to do is I was invited to go down to the island of Roatan, Honduras, 19 years ago. And we bought a condo down there on the beach, and where our 1-year-old daughter was, and we thought it would be a good place to give back in this place on the island. And so we quickly started giving back and supporting in education and schools and other things. And eventually we brought our foundation down there called the Abundant Life Foundation, which is going on today. And people often ask me, why Honduras? Why are you going there? And I said, well, how many people helping out in Honduras? And they say, nobody. And I said, that's why I'm there. I can count all the foundations doing good work in Honduras on two hands. Yet there is 2 million Hondurans living in the United States, another 9 million in Honduras. They're a massive community, yet they don't have the attention to help get better places in the ground there. And so with our foundation, we're helping with housing, helping with schools, parks, education, and it has been an extraordinary journey and very difficult, but just a blast.
It's incredible. And you developed a school, right?
Yeah, we built 2 schools actually, and we built one school on a remote island, which was surrounded by reefs, and we had to take little dinghies of block over to actually build the school. And it was quite a journey, but it blessed them. And then we built a regular school at our main project called Los Sueños, the Dreams Community Development Project. We built a school and a church and a park and other computer center, reading room, all. And then we have 23 people moved into houses on a 70 housing project. The deal on the housing, just quickly, is we build the homes for $35,000 and we sell them for $17,000. And so there's no free lunches. The people get to earn their houses through a regular banking facility, and they get to earn their rights to own their own property. And they're amazed at that opportunity. So it's really a fun deal.
Oh man, Reverend, have you ever heard anybody do something like that? We lost Reverend.
Yeah, he's on his mute. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Not to chime in when I shouldn't. So yeah, Honduras, no. I'm trying to think of any foundation or any ministry that I know of that's working in Honduras, and I've been there once. I think it's fabulous, beautiful place, but it's there's a lot of need there, right?
I saw this picture of Dash.
Yeah.
I don't know when he sent it to me or what, but it was a long time ago. It's right when he was starting to make a difference. I was like, dude, look at this guy go. He had this big old cargo ship full of books that he got from the United States that he was taking to the school, right, Dash?
Exactly. The education level, required education level in Honduras ends in 6th grade. And a majority of the kids who finish 6th grade can't speak their native language on the island of Roatan, which is English. They can't read or write their native language. And so we help them with bilingual studies so they can learn the basic education on English.
Dash, what type of industries do they have there? What can the folks do there to earn a living?
Primarily on the island of Roatan it's a massively growing tourism island. It used to be shrimping and all that, but shrimping now is a non-commercial source. But then on the mainland, you have all the various, pineapples and bananas and other mercantile things that you can do. But on the island itself, it's really tourism.
So you developed a hotel there.
Yep. So we got involved with a hotel property resort on the beach and eventually rebranded it to a Kimpton branded, internationally branded boutique luxury hotel resort. It's a major flag for the world to say, hey, Honduras is open for business. And the people in Roatan and the people in Honduras are very kind, loving people. They're, everyone thinks Honduras, wow, that's a nasty, mean, ugly, scary place to go. But the people there themselves are amazing, beautiful people. And they're very quiet. You don't hear about them because they don't really say too much.
So the last 19 years, you really difference to those.
Yeah. What is the government like down there? Are there a lot of government restrictions? Are they socialist? What kind of government do they have?
Well, it's a democratic government, and historically, you could work with them. But the last government is a socialist government, very much mirrored to the Maduro regime out of Venezuela. It's been very, very difficult to work with them. Although I always meet and visit with the ministers and the presidents and all that to find out, who they are, and I'm the largest U.S. investor in the history of Honduras. So I'm trying to work with them, trying to find out how we can work together for something good. It's difficult, to be honest with you.
What kind of access do they have as far as an airport, or can it be reached by ship or boat or whatever?
Well, it's got two cruise ship ports there, and people come out of Galveston. It's a great cruise ship destination, but it also has an international airport that you can fly directly to from Dallas, from Houston, from Atlanta, from Miami, and Denver. All have direct flights into Roatan. So it's a beautiful island on the north side of Honduras.
Wow. I think
interesting. I'm looking for another destination to go, and I'm fluent in Spanish, so I'd love to go down there.
We'll take good care of
it. The mission. Wasted anything. You try to change the world with the hurt that you have, or and that's a story. To me, is amazing. I watched him from the beginning when he stood up at the dinner. I'm like, oh my God,
yeah,
go do it. I remember when you said it. You had the book. What was the name of the little book?
Yeah, the book called The Path, I think.
Yeah, it was neat. You could write your own book now.
But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty unusual situation, and so I think everybody should find their passion and their purpose and where they can impact the world. And so that's what we're doing in Honduras, is exactly that. I'm in oil and gas exploration, and I make money by going out to areas where no other else wants to drill wells, and I find properties and make the deals work. I'm doing the same thing in Honduras. My mission in Honduras is to raise up that part of the world, say, hey, listen, they deserve the attention. There's great people here, great opportunities and jobs and all that. And instead of trying to block them off the border, which is, I can understand that, let's try and make it a better place for them to live there. And so with this internationally branded hotel, come down to Honduras in a safe way and have a beautiful vacation. And our resort, the Kimpton Grand Resort, is a lot of work in conjunction with our foundation. Our foundation has 21 full-time staff working on the island. We have 3 full-time staff here in the U.S., and that's been going on for 17 years. And we have helped a lot of people in a lot of ways. But the thing is, we don't give anything away. You've got to earn. You got to earn what you get. And they learn that. That they have the dignity and the ability to have these things and do these things. It's been an incredible experience. We made a commitment to our family that island would be a place where we give back, and we're going to make a difference in for the rest of our lives.
Oh yeah, you have.
Dash, what type of activities do the tourists enjoy there on that island?
So it's part of the second largest barrier reef in the world. It's called the Mesoamerican Reef that wraps around from Cancun all the way around the Gulf of Honduras. And diving is a diving mecca. They have 181 spectacular diving sites and snorkeling, and it's got a golf course, and it's got a lot of natural culture is the most important thing. That you're going to an island that has people that have been there for centuries, and so you get to meet a different part of the world, and it's really a delightful time.
That's good.
I'm so proud of him. That's like a mate. I remember when he stood up and said, believe him or you don't believe him. That's it. But I believed Dash from the minute he stood up. I'm going to do this. And I'm like, and you got the perfect lady. You know, Diddy, his wife is the perfect.
You're breaking.
You know,
you're breaking up, Brett.
She's perfect. I don't know why I'm sort of.
Yeah, you were breaking up a little there, Brett, and I wanted to get this right because I'm about, I think, to answer about Sude.
Yeah,
and I will be in big trouble if I don't get this right.
David, can you hear me say about David and his wife are one?
Yeah.
One?
Yeah.
Well, Brenda's my best friend, and she's my wife's second, and I date her all the time, So, but the one thing that really connected Brett and myself was, talking about, Discovery Lives, and Discovery Program Lives. It was birthed in Dallas and went on for many years, but COVID took it out, and so it no longer is there. But Brenda, the Dachners, and Bob and Australia Posey are co-founders for bringing this down to Austin, and it's been going on ever since. I've been involved with the program now for 29 years, and we've seen thousands of people, and it's been remarkable. And they're doing great things down there. Some of the old facilitators are still there doing great work, and we're going to make an effort to try and boost that program again, because it's really saving lives and doing fantastic things. And so we've never dropped a lick down for all these years. We've been going on nonstop.
It's great.
Yeah.
David.
So in a nutshell, for people that don't know, describe what the Discovery what Discovery is all about.
Sure. And it was originally designed by Dr. Phil McGraw, and Thelma Box and all this, and they actually created a program called Pathways, and then Brett and Fred brought it out and started creating Discovery, which is a much easier program, shorter, less costly to encounter. But what this is basically for anybody, it's a great life refresher, is the best way to say it. Everybody in their life has things in their backpack that they're carrying along with them, and it's just makes it really difficult in life. They don't know what to do to really move forward in a way they really want to go. They're living half the life they want to live. So what this program does, it's an experiential program, not a learning program, which you go through and you look closely at yourself and what's working for you, what's not working for you in your life, and you clean out the things that aren't working for you. And at the end of the program, you're fully refreshed, fully connected, both feet back on the ground again, and living the life that you always really wanted to live. It's just getting yourself reconnected with the world. And we've had remarkable results. I personally saw 7,000 people over those 20 years I was a volunteer. And we probably have maybe 15,000, 20,000 people gone through the program since Brett and Fred started it many years ago. And the program has done some remarkable things. One of the things I'll share with you real quick, and it's an amazing statistic, is that Brett informed me how he just recently lost a friend of his through suicide and stuff, and how devastating that can be. Well, we can set a clock to showing that about 30% of all people who come through the program have considered suicide or attempted suicide. And that's when your life gets so devastating, 50%. So I've seen 7,000 people. That's about more than 2,000 people have been in that space before. I can say that of all that, we've lost maybe one person. Everybody else found their lives, found hope, used the tools, and it's a remarkable program for people to really get back in the game of life, and that's what this is all about. And you get lost, is to help you find yourself in doing these things. It's a very, very effective program, actually created by Dr. Phil, and we're just using the exercises that he created many years ago.
Awesome
development program, but it's like when you have somebody in your life and you're looking and you go, what psychologist can I send this person to? What psychiatrist in Wichita Falls was required to come through our program? That's how good it was, or good it is. And when you got somebody and you go, this is the program.
Technology is not Brett's friend today.
No.
Yeah. It's unfortunately we can't hear what you're saying, Brett, but I think I know what you're trying to say, and it's just incredibly effective for everybody. So even regardless of your religious background, whatever religious background you are, you want to enhance your faith and strengthen your faith. This will help you do that also. And we've had a lot of support in that area, and it's been remarkable. And so, but Discovery Lives it's going on down in Austin, and the next program is the 19th through the 21st, I believe, of September. And it's limited seating. It's being run as a nonprofit, so it costs $450 for 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's 28 hours in the room. It's an intensive program, but it's very cost effective. And we're just here to help people and to help them get back in the game.
Interesting. Well, that kind of goes along. I do this thing when I go to church that that's kind of where I leave it all at the door and get away from the world. And I sometimes have these thoughts. So it's interesting that you said that, because in fact, if you see me looking down, it's because I'm writing. But that idea of service is really a key one for me too. And service to others is, I think, it enhances our example. I think when people see us doing that, they in turn want to learn how to do that too. And we can't teach service without performing service, right? I think. And so one of the things that I wrote down was what are others' perception of us, and how does service help us enhance that example? So anyway, it's interesting that you said that. I think service is a key to happiness, really, because I think that all too often we look at ourselves as, woe is me, boo-hoo, and when we look at the plight of others, we see that we actually have it really pretty good, and maybe it's not so bad.
That's the way the program works. You're sitting there and you're hearing other people's experiences, and you're going, oh man, and tell them about that, Dave.
I'm sorry, you broke up some more. Say again, Brett.
Program, how experiential part of it works.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the most amazing thing is like you'll go in there and it's basically you will see the human experience in the simplest common denominator in the room. Everyone will be real and honest about where they're at and where they're going, and it's a very the feeling in the room is incredible love and tenderness and kindness. People want to share, and people help each other getting through all this, and relationships, we are able to find our feeling and find our hope. And we have, it's 94%. We did a survey of the last 3 years of people going through the program, and 94% of them said it was very good or an excellent program, and they use the tools every day, and they would go back through again if they had to. And it's been doing some good things. It's called discoveryprograms.org in Austin. And it's actually, the next one is the 12th through the 14th of September. And there's minimum amount of seating that can get you there. So they fill up all the time. But if you ever need a life refresher, get you back in the game. Life is too short. Enjoy the opportunity to really grow yourself. You know, life is not static. Life is always changing and growing in every aspect, but we don't necessarily grow with it. And so this will help you grow with it and find yourself in a way, very, very dynamic way. And it's very safe, very, very safe room. And people are very, careful about, taking care of what's personal to you. And, but people get very real, very honest. And in the end, you find your peace, you find your place in the world, and you reestablish those relationships that are important to you. And most of all, you make peace with yourself. We all have stuff to deal with.
And you get freedom.
Yeah.
It's all about freedom.
Yeah.
By Sunday at 5, you're free. I mean, for $495 to get that kind of freedom is an amazing deal.
Yeah.
But I was telling Dash, can y'all hear me now? I had to go to my phone.
Yes.
I was telling Dash about my client that I participated in going to his house and finding him committed suicide. And he was at a place, great guy, you know what I mean? But he was drinking every day. He was in a bad spot. He was a good guy, and he was in post-divorce matters. He had 3 kids, and I knew he was in trouble when he said, tell my kids I'm not going to be able to pick them up this weekend. This program, Discovery Programs, is perfect for a guy like that. You can't send him to a psychologist to say, hey, by the way, take an hour for a couple of weeks and get it figured out. It's not going to happen. You got to spend a weekend and then another weekend to make sure it sticks, and then another weekend to start looking at helping other people. It's just a great program.
Yeah. And I'm so grateful to Fred and Brett who launched the program here, and without their courage and their financial support to make that happen, this program would not be going on in Austin today, 25 years later. And thousands of people have been saved because of their commitment to other people. And if you love and care about Brett, you can take that by his word that, he says is good. I'm a volunteer there. We're all volunteers there. And thousands of hours we put into the program. Why? Yeah. Because we want to see people have the one shot at the game of life. You got one shot, and this is it. So what are you going to do until you make a difference? And but it's from that program that I launched my mission and purpose. I got shot into the world, and I wouldn't be doing these things down in Honduras if I didn't find a new heart. My big change was the world was all about me, and all about me and all about me. And my heart was dead. It was shot. It was over. And went to the program, and I found Christ in my hotel room, and in a magical way. And it was because the program's not about, some revival. It's not that. So don't, it's not what it's about. But that's what happened to me. And so I went from all about me to what I can give back to the world. And so the last 29 years is all about how I can help the world, how I can make an impact. And the more I try and make an effort on that, the more joyful, peaceful, powerful, fun, incredible journey that Brenda and I have been on all these years. Even with the chaos of the world is going on. And there's a lot of chaos in my life, guarantee you, but the joy of being connected to the world and giving back and making impact, I can be at peace with myself, all the way through life. And it's remarkable. And I'm not doing this to pat myself on the back or all that. I'm doing it because this is a calling, and it's a joyful opportunity to, see lives really radically changed.
Well, I'm so excited y'all picked it back up. We're going to support you and I'm going to ask the Reverend and Carcass to support you with everybody that listens to us. A lot of guys from Discovery listen to this podcast that have gone through the training and went through pathways. But we're going to support you.
Brett, I just wanted to bring up, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think back in the day, and Dash, Brett and I go way back, actually go way back with Dr. Phil, who was a neighbor of mine, and lived just right around the corner. And see him playing tennis anytime I was good enough to go work out at the sports club across the street.
Yeah.
Brett,
that's another story.
Yeah, that is another story. But I know, Brett, you would have your groups. They would come to church, right? I mean, on the Sundays.
Yeah.
And I love that, because I think that's I think that is a piece of a huge piece, right, of the pie.
Yeah, it is. And what we did on Sunday morning is like, hey, just go and sit, and Bobby B, one-legged Bobby B, had 3 rows saved for everybody from Discovery to go to the church and sit there and just listen for something a little bit different. And we ended up, our seminars, we had pastors from all over the world that were burnt out that came through the training, that got refurbished, got their hearts renewed. It was beautiful to watch, you know. But I'm excited for Dave and Bob in Australia and Brenda and all the guys there that facilitate and work with them and have been friends of mine for a long time. And
they've been there for 20 years, still volunteering. You know, they're still carrying the banner, and we're creating a new legacy. We're getting more new people coming in to help carry that flag and just to help other people.
And it's
good.
If
we would come down to the hotel, tell us again the name and how we find it.
Sure, it's the hotel down in Rotan, Honduras. Is the Kempton Grand Rotan Resort and Spa, and the foundation is the Abundant Life Foundation for the work we're doing down there. And then the program is discoveryprograms.org. And if you go to the website, they do a really good job of telling you about the program and more details, and to get you a little quiz you can go through to kind of figure out if you're ready and suitable for this program. It really is very well done. So I encourage you to take a look at it. If anything else, it'd be really great.
And so break it down again, Dash. September 12th is the next training?
Yes, 12th through the 14th. And it's in a building very near the Austin Bergstrom Airport. And so if you fly in, if you're coming from Dallas or somewhere else, you're 5 minutes away from the building. And it's a great location.
Wow. And so the cost for the first part is $495?
Yes.
And so the second part is 30 days later still?
More or less. They've adjusted, Brett. They had like 6 or 7 trainings this year. And now the next training after that would be the November 14th through the 16th. And that'll be the last regular training of the year. They still do a spiritual training. They have a relationship training they do for relationships. You don't have to go through Discovery to go to the relationship training. And they have the last one, they had like 16 couples come through, and some friends of ours, and they said, we were on the verge of divorce and I didn't know it. And they said, we reconnected, we're in love, we reestablished our relationship. And then it'll be like 8 or 9 times next year. It used to be monthly, but so now we're going to gear back up to, having.
You got to work it back up. Yeah, we got to get your numbers. Get your numbers where you're proud of them.
Yeah.
But we're going to help you. Denny, Carcass, we're going to help push it.
Yeah, just so you know, the Elevate program, which is the spiritual one, is just it's non-denominational. It's just you and God and elevating that relationship. It goes on December 6th and 7th, and the next relationship program is January 30th and to February 1st. It's a couple of days and all that.
Yeah. So that's you got somebody in need, you're welcome to call my office, and I'll help facilitate getting them into the program. We could have saved my client's life, Denny.
Yeah.
Carcass. We could have saved his life if I'd have known that seminar was going on. It was
my own daughter grew up with me being in the training room all those years. Well, she just finished Discovery 1 and Discovery 2, and she went on her own accord, and she found a lot of peace, and she'll be turning 21 in December, and she's going through this D3 here this coming.
Well, I could get to talking and telling stories all day with you, but it's like someone that's been through the pandemic.
Yeah.
That's really affected by the way they had to live their life during the pandemic. This is a perfect place for them to go for $4.95 and figure that part out, to get their life back.
Yeah.
Get
their heart back.
Get their heart back. That's right.
Well, I won't say that Brett tricked me one time, but he said, "Hey, can you come help me with this seminar one weekend?" I said, "Sure, I'll be happy to help you. I'm always down to help my friend out." And I actually went through the program.
That's right, Cargus.
And I thought, you know what? I thought I was already tuned up, but man, you can really learn a lot about yourself. When you're when you're listening and having to listen to somebody else's story too. And even though I felt a little bit duped at first, by the end of the weekend, I was like, you know what, that rascal got me, and I'm glad he did. And I've still maintained some friendships with some of those people. But what I did learn is I don't think we know enough about how to keep ourselves motivated and moving in the right direction. And I remember very specifically that where I really reconnected was realizing that I needed to be centered on a higher power, something other than just myself. Like kind of like you, it was all about me and what can I do for me and how do I succeed. And what I learned from that is it's hard to lift somebody out of the gutter if you're not standing on the sidewalk. So I learned how to do that and how to still help as I'm progressing too. So, man, I think it's great that the program is back up and running. And if Brett says we're going to support this, I know what that means. So
that's great.
That's right.
Well, let's go change the world, man. Let's go be world changers. Let's go change some lives. This world needs.
That's what we're going to do. I was so excited to have lunch and a salad with you. A little salad turned into a really fun event.
Yeah.
It's got me excited. I went home and told Senka what y'all were doing, and she was so excited.
Yeah.
It's really, really nice to hear. It's a great program to send people, and I'm going to be sending a bunch your way. And a lot of our listeners were original Pathways people. As a matter of fact, Alistair came on. I don't know if you remember Alistair from the Pathways day.
No.
He turned into a preacher, and he was great. Wasn't he a great host or a great guest?
Yeah. I just don't. I think that people don't realize how close they are to improving their lives into real success, and stuff like this is what helps them get around all the distractions and to get over the hump.
Okay, so Dash, we're getting close to the end of the show. Do you remember the Irish blessing at the very end? Do you remember how it goes?
May the
there we go. You gotta say it, dude. Come on, from your heart, dude. Come on.
May the sun always be at your back. May the sun shine soft upon your face.
Yeah, that's it.
Let the rain fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand.
Amen.
Brendan was on the other side, kind of mimicking all the scenes on that. So I remember.
Yeah, there you go. You did great. Well, we hope we started your Thursday morning off right. Thank you for listening to us. Send your people to Discovery programs and make a difference. Go to Honduras, stay at his hotel, give to the Abundant Life programs. This is one guy you can trust. He is a man of God. Thank you, Dash. We appreciate you.
And as Fred used to always close the end of the training, God gave you the gift of life. How you live it is your gift
It's your
to God.
gift to God. Amen.
Right.
Take
Amen to
care.
that.
God bless you
Thanks,
guys.
Dash. God bless you. Thanks, Dash.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Love you, man.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.